Who shot that arrow in your throat? Who missed the crimson apple? It hung heavy on the tree above your head.
First, you'll need paper. We have printable paper on our blog. You can just print it out and cut it along the lines. I'm going to use blue. So to start, you need to put the color side down on the floor or table. You need a smooth surface so that you can make your creases properly. I'm going to fold it diagonally so that the corners match up on one side. Doesn't matter which side, because you're going to be doing it on both. Make sure it's nice and even, and make sure to press down on the edge you're folding on nicely so that you can fold it easier later. Now you're going to fold it the other way so that you make a cross diagonally. Once again, make sure your creases are nice and set. You'll have an X in the middle of your paper, like this. Now you're going to fold it hamburger style, horizontally. Doesn't matter which way, because you're going to do it on both sides. Like this. When you open it up, it'll look like this. Now fold it the opposite direction so that you have a cross in the middle again. Go along your creases again, just to make sure. It should look like this. Now, fold it over like this again, along the previous crease. Now this part's a little bit tricky. You're going to take the top flap and you're going to fold it along this crease backwards. Like this. And then you're going to flatten it down like this so that you have a square and a triangle. It'll look like this on the inside. Now you're going to take the outside triangle and tuck it in. Tuck it in so that it matches the inside, and the inside will look like this. It's kind of like a mouth. You'll be left with a flattened square. Now take this edge and fold it into the center line that you made earlier. the edge and fold it in. Now you're going to do this on the opposite side as well. So it should look like this. Make sure it's nice and flat, and make sure that your creases are flattened nicely. Now you're going to flip it over to other side where it's just a square. You're going to do the same thing you did before and fold in on the center crease. Like this. Now what we're going to do is make a kite shape. So you fold the other side just like the other three so that it makes this kite shape. Make sure everything's nice and flat, folding along the creases. Now the next step is going to be a little bit tricky. It's called the petal fold. What you're going to do is open up these two triangles and take the front layer and flip it upwards. And you don't want to crease it, but you want to pull it back enough so that the sides kind of give in a little bit. You're going to, the inside crease right here, you're going to fold along that so that the outside flaps will go in. Like this. You're going to do that on the other side. Once again, fold along this crease. So you'll have a diamond on this side. Now you're going to turn it over and do the same thing on the back. Once again, this is called a petal fold. Flip it up. Make the insides bow in. And fold it over. Remember, along this crease. So now both sides will be a diamond shape. Now if you look at it so far, you'll have a side that looks like they're like little two legs, and then the top, which will not have a split. You want the side that has the little legs to be facing you, and you'll want to take this corner and fold it into the center. Take this corner and fold it into the center. So it'll look like this. Now you want to fold this same way on the opposite side. Take this corner and fold it into the center line. Now you'll do the same thing on the opposite side. So flip it over and fold the outside corner along the inside edge. Do the same on the opposite side. like this. Now your legs will be a little bit thinner. Now you want to flip it on its side, like this, and open it up. Just one leg. Open it up like this. Now this part is a little bit tricky because if you're not careful, you can tear your paper really easily. But what you want to do is take this flap and fold it up until the paper doesn't want to fold anymore. Like this. Take this flap and fold it up like this. Now you're going to want to take these flaps and fold them over the center one. You're basically folding one of the legs in half and putting these side ones on top of it. Now don't worry about the tip because that will later be the head of the crane. Now you're going to do the same thing on the other side. It'll be a lot easier now since you got the other flap out of the way. Take this flap up like this and hold the center. Alright, now you're going to take this side and fold it under until it doesn't want to fold anymore. So that it looks like this. This will be one of your wings. You could also fold it in a different area so that it's shorter. Like this. Now take the other side and fold it in the same way. So it'll look like this. Now if you didn't do very well with your head and tail, like I did, you're going to want to shape it so that it gets dissected into a smaller tail, like this. Doesn't have to be perfect, this is your first crane. Now do the same for your head. Make sure it's folded in half. And you're going to want to take a small part of the tip and fold it down like this. Kind of squish it a little bit to form the head. And you can shape the head any way you wish. Then you lift your wings up a little bit. And you pull out your head and tail a little bit. And you have your finished crane.